When your body is saying sleep, you follow the rule, you wake up. Your mind wants attention, applaud, appreciation. And in a place like this, if you are hoping all this, then you are at the wrong place. When you say, I find it difficult to surrender, this just shows that you are so obsessed about having that so-called freedom to do what you want to do and find it difficult to follow the rules. Now let's say our rule over here in the ashram is that we have a very early supper, 5:30. New people, they find it so odd. Who eats 5:30 dinner? You eat 9, 10, 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the night because you don't know the rules and the science of the food and the body. And here I have enough explained why early supper is important. So those who understand, they find it great. And you ask these people who follow these rules that, like when they go out, all the people like me, if I go out, I'll be still not eating before 9:30. And like now in the satsang in this city, my session would end like 10, 15, 30 minutes drive to the home. So I would be eating by 11. Way past my time. I eat it like my food at 9:30, but this would be like 11ish I am eating. I was very happy. Why? More fasting, the better it is. So I'm getting extended hours. And if in the evening it's going to be late, I would simply not eat because that doesn't suit my body. And there is a science behind it. Egoistic person wants everything to be done the way I want or I like. But when you live in ashram or when you live in under the supervision of a master, then the first thing which you have to drop is I. And if you can't drop that, then you should drop out of that place where you are being expected to drop by. Like somebody went to a master and he said, Master, I want samadhi. Master, I want knowledge. Master, I want liberation. Master, I want... Can I get it? Master said yes. But the first thing is you need to drop this I. I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. Everything is for I, just to accessorize your I and make it more louder and broader and fuller with ego. Drop this I. And that's the true story which I'm going to tell you. One person, a European, came to a Swamiji. He said, I want to gain self-realization. Guru said, okay. And he said, well, I'm not a naive person. I have been studying Vedanta for the last 10 years. Guru said, great. He said, now tell me, how will all the preaching, teaching will begin? He said, well, you just stay here and follow the orders which you receive. So the next morning, once he was ready, the first order came was, there is this road coming to the ashram. It's a dirt road. So you have to fix this road and fill up with the broken stones and then layer it up, sand, then layer it up with some mud and then fix it up, making of a road. Why you do this? And it was a long road, and he's a one single person. But that was the order. So he started to work. A lot of work. So his hands were like injured, his feet were injured, working in the sun. He had this sunstrokes happening, the skin became dried. Hard work. So whole day he is like breaking the stones with the hammer and plowing the dirt road with the sickle. The full year went, another year went. 6 years gone. The road is yet not complete. And Guru had said, come to me when the road is complete. So he eats, sleeps and makes the road. 7th year. Well, he never ran away. It was the most inconvenient lifestyle, but he had this real zeal in him to know. 7 years gone, road is made, goes to the Guru. Guru says, okay, now sit and listen. This is the highest truth which I am going to narrate to you. You are not a body, not mind, not intellect. You are Satchitananda. The whole world which you are perceiving through the senses is nothing but projection of your own mind. It's just an illusion. And as the master was speaking, his eyes closed, his mind was stilled, and he went deep into samadhi. After a few hours, when his eyes opened, the Guru was not there on the seat. I asked the other people, where is Master? Where is Master? He said, there. He goes there and he prostrated to the Master and wept. And then he said, I have just one question. What you said today, I had read it zillion times when I was studying Vedanta for good 10 years. This was the only thing which I was reading again and again. You are Satchitanand, world is a projection. You said nothing new, but yet what you spoke today, it led me to an instant realization. What was the difference? I can't put my finger on it. Master said, your head was so full with the words, I had to empty it. So when you were working hard on making of the road, you were not making the road, you were just emptying your mind, freeing it from our afflictions, possessiveness, myness, I-ness. And as mind dived into this deepest silence, then what I spoke registered well, and you had this instant awakening. Now, if the person had not adhered to what the Guru was saying, go and make the road, he would have packed his bag and said, are you fool or what? Have I come here to make your road? I've come here for self-realization. What are you doing? If he had walked out, he wouldn't have attained. But what the attainment happened had nothing to do actually directly with the teaching of the Guru, but it was more how the Guru prepared his mind in those 7 years. And that is breaking the resistance and ego of that person. And a person who had always done a desk job was made to do this pure hardcore labor job, breaking the stones and evening up the road and preparing it and leveling it. And his hands were injured and the feet was injured and the skin was badly battered because of the wind and the cold and the sun and whatnot. So the obstructions which you create, those have to be broken. And if you are not ready to break those obstructions, these very obstructions are the reasons that you are far away from attaining the purity of the self. Again, let me take you back. Mind wants comfort. mind wants attention, mind wants vanity, mind wants applaud, mind wants miracles. And this path which I am laying for you people is a path of destruction of what you have been believing and your comfort zones and your own ideas about this is good and that's not good and this is fine and that's not fine. The delusions, the distractions, all have to be smothered away. When you say that this resistance is there, it's just that the mind is not ready to break out of the cage which the mind has built on its own. And I'm reminded of one friend of mine. She is like at least 5 to 6 years older to me. So when I met her 35 years ago, this subject came up that how can a woman be without guru, without ashram, and how can a woman survive in this wide, bad world? And she said that when she said to her family that she leave the family and go to Rishikesh and live in her guru's ashram, the family said, oh, this is not safe for women. Women can be raped, sexually abused, and if you walk out of the house, you are going in a trouble. And she said to her father that, well, a woman can be very much raped right in the security of the house. And hundreds and thousands of women and girls are abused sexually right in their own homes by uncles and sometimes grandfather and sometimes neighbors and sometimes servants. And she said, what kind of security you are talking about? And somebody can violate me physically but can't break my mind. Body is just a body. And this very simple, not very educated, but such a daring woman. She said that if rape is going to happen, it can happen anywhere. Why do you say that out of the house I'll be insecure and inside the house I'm totally secure? I don't agree to it. And now she is still living alone. She's still living alone, away from her family, away from her guru's ashram also. Because she wanted more peaceful environment, and that ashram in time became little crowded and noisy, and Guru died, and she said, well, I was here for my Guru. Guru is now no more, and the ashram environment is not that peaceful. So she walked out of the ashram also, and now lives single, alone, in her place. So having this idea of be secure, be safe, how will you eat, how will you support yourself, and all these ideas, he said, well, not it won't be your worry. I won't come to you to ask money. I won't be burden on you. Again, let me say, not very educated, no degree, no skill. But she just had this one fire in her. I live a sadhu life, whatever may happen. This bhajan which I sing, मैं तो आई फकत तेरे दीदार को, she gave me this. क्या खबर थी कि आते ही लुट जाऊंगी. फूल लाई थी बस पेश करने तुम्हें, क्या खबर थी कि दिल भी मैं दे जाऊंगी. So she used to sing this bhajan to me. And that was her story. Went to see her master for once, gave her heart to the Guru, and never then could stay with her family. And she just left everybody to be with the master. Serve the master. Cook, clean, do all kind of chores lovingly. And whenever Guru would sit to teach, she would learn. If Guru is just in his own silence, just still be silently with the master. And she lived like this for good 15 years until her Guru passed away. Comforts were there at her home. Comforts were there at her home. But it was not comforts which she was looking for. One of my another Swami friend said that he would be with his master and they are traveling by foot, by car, by train, by bus. And he said, we had no idea that at night, where would I sleep? And some days they are like just in a jungle. Some days they are like by a river. Some day they are at some rich man's house. Some day they are at a poor man's house. No idea. They don't carry their beddings with them. So some days he said, I would just sleep on the ground, on the earth. No mat, no sheet, nothing. But he said, whole day because we have been walking and serving the master, we would be so tired. Just need to, put our body horizontal on the earth and we'll doze off. He said, I don't remember sitting down properly with the big plate and bowls and the food warm and, fresh chapatis coming to my thali. So no. Whatever my master would eat, I would eat the leftovers. If master has left more, I would eat more. If master has left less, I would eat less. If somebody comes and gives me second helping, fine. If somebody is not even noticing that I am eating from the leftovers, I say fine. So no food, no bed, no comfort. Just one set of clothing which he is wearing and another set in his cotton bag, jhola, which is on his shoulder, and that's it. But he said, the years which I have lived like this were the diamond years of my life. Now he says, he is a very big person, huge ashram, thousands of disciples, all comforts, all luxuries are there. And yet he says, those days when I would sleep on the floor, but I was with my master, were the best. Those were the best times. What comfort, what luxury, what resistance. What resistance, what kind of resistance. So either one holds on to one's security conditioning systems or one lets go of it. When you say resistance, it just says, not ready. And I always say, nobody is stopping anybody. I at least not stopping anybody. I don't call anybody. And if somebody says, I'm going, I never stop that person. So never play this game with me. I'm going because I will shrug my shoulders. Go. You say, I'm coming. I say, fine, come. Because I don't play these emotional dramas. So one has to be very clear what you want to do. Don't think something else, but do something else and feel something else. There should be a beautiful synchronicity in between your heart and brain and the actions what you are doing.